First, I introduce myself. I am Borade Bharat Bhaskar, biology teacher at the Vasantdada Patel Mahavidyalaya, Patoda. I am going to teach 12th science biology topics, circulation. First, the definition of circulation. What is the definition of circulation? The continuous flow of blood from heart to different parts of the body and back towards the heart is known as circulation. Or it is also roughly described as the cyclic flow of blood from heart to different parts of the body and back towards the heart is also known as circulation. Why the process of circulation is essential in the human body? Because all the living cells, all living organisms, for its survival, it requires its basic requirements like oxygen, nutrients. At the same time, the harmful products produced in the body of living organisms are at cellular level. The nitrogenous waste or harmful substances are also eliminated from the cells, and that process means removal of harmful substances as well as the supply of useful substances each takes place with the help of circulatory system. And the circulatory system, the first time discovered and explained by an English physician, William Harvey. William Harvey is the English physician. He first time explained the process of circulatory system in the human body in 1628. Then he first said that the properties of blood. What are the properties of blood? What is the definition of blood? The definition of blood, it is the fluid, connective tissue fluid. It is the connective tissue fluid which circulates throughout the body with the help of circulatory system or blood vessels. Then properties of blood. First property of blood, it is bright red in color. The color of the blood is bright red. It is heavier than water. The second property of the blood is heavier than water. It is slightly alkaline in nature. The pH of the blood is 7.4. The blood pH is 7.4, that's why it is slightly alkaline in nature. It is salty to taste. This is salty to taste. These are the properties of the blood. Then the study of blood is known as hematology. Hematology is study of blood. Study of blood is known as hematology. Then compositions of the blood. Then what are the compositions of blood? The compositions of the blood. The main two compositions of the blood are plasma and blood corpuscles. These are the two main. Plasma and blood corpuscles are the two main constituents or components of the blood. The plasma, the constituent plasma. First, we are going to explain the structure of plasma. Plasma mainly consists of two components, that is 90 to 92% water Plasma mainly consists of 90 to 92% water and 8 to 10% other solutes. Means the major constituents of the plasma are first 90 to 92% water and 8 to 10% other solutes. Plasma acquires 55% volume of the total blood. 55% volume of the blood is acquired by plasma, and the plasma consists of 90 to 92% water and 8 to 10% other substances. These 8 to 10 other substances or other solutes mainly consists of solutes mainly consists of number 1 nutrients. It mainly consists of glucose, amino acids, fatty acids and glycerol. These are the nutrients which are present in the solutes. Then second, gases. Oxygen, nitrogen and carbon dioxide. These three types of gases are present in the solutes. The third, regulatory substances. Regulatory substances mainly consist of enzymes and hormones. Then both solute mainly consist of nitrogenous bases like urea, uric acid, ammonia and creatinine. Nitrogenous base mainly consists of urea, uric acid, ammonia and creatinine. Then inorganic substances. Inorganic substances mainly consist of bicarbonates, phosphates and sulfates of sodium, potassium, calcium and magnesium, etc. Then these are the main different types of solutes which are present in the plasma. At the same time, it also consists of 90 to 92% water. And number 6, plasma proteins. It mainly includes serum, albumin, serum globulin and serum fibrinogen. These are the three main plasma proteins present in the solutes of the blood. Serum albumin, how Plasma protein consists of 7% of the total value of the blood, and these plasma proteins serum albumin plays an important role in the osmotic function. Albumin plays an important role in the defense mechanism, and the fibrinogen and thromboplastin plays an important role in the process of blood clotting. That's about the structure of plasma. Then the second major part which is present in the components of blood is blood corpuscles or blood cells. Blood corpuscles or blood cells. The human blood mainly consists of three types of blood cells. The first type of blood cells are known as RBCs, that is red blood cells or red blood corpuscles, or these scientifically the RBCs are known as erythrocytes. Then the second type are the blood corpuscles or blood cells which are present in the main components of blood are WBCs. That is white blood corpuscles or white blood cells. Scientifically, the WBCs or white blood cells or white blood corpuscles are known as leukocytes. And the third type of the blood cells which are present in the human blood are known as thrombocytes or blood platelets. Means the blood corpuscles or blood cell are three types, that is RBCs, means red blood corpuscles, or the scientific name of that RBCs is erythrocytes. Then second type of blood cells are known as WBCs, that is white blood cells or white blood corpuscles. The scientific name of that WBCs is leukocytes. And then the third type of the blood cells are known as thrombocytes, or these are also known as blood platelets. Then first we explain the first type of blood cells, that is RBCs or erythrocytes. RBCs or erythrocytes means red blood cells or red blood corpuscles or erythrocytes. Erythros means red and kaitos means cells. In the Greek words, erythros means red and kaitos means cells. RBCs are circular, biconcave and enucleated cells. The shape of the RBCs is biconcave, circular and enucleated cells. The size of the RBCs. The first characteristic of the RBCs is the size of the RBCs is 7.5 micrometers in diameter. And the thickness of the RBCs is 2.5 micrometers in thickness. In the early stage, the RBCs are nucleated, but after the development, the nucleus in the RBCs is degenerated or disappears. That's why the RBCs are known as enucleated and not non-nucleated. But except in the RBCs of the mammals, except in the RBCs of camel's blood, the RBCs are nucleated. This is the exceptional case in the blood of mammals, that is in the blood of camel's RBCs, the camel's RBCs are nucleated. Other RBCs which are present in the blood of other mammals, RBCs are enucleated. Then normal count of the RBCs. What is the normal count of RBCs in the adult human male and adult human female? That means the normal count of RBCs in the adult normal male is 5.1 to 5.8 millions per cubic millimeter of blood. Means in the normal adult male, the number of RBCs is 5.8 to 5.1 to 5.8 millions in each cubic millimeter of blood. At the same time or at the same value of blood, the normal count of the RBCs in the female's blood is 4.3 to 5.2 millions per cubic millimeter of the blood. See, first in the normal adult male, the number of normal range of the RBCs in the male is 5.1 to 5.8 millions per cubic millimeter of blood, and in the normal adult human female, the number RBCs is 4.3 to 5.2 millions per cubic millimeter of the blood. The average lifespan of the RBCs, means the average lifespan of RBC both in male and female is 120 days. That is the normal lifespan of RBC. Approximately 3 to 4 months life of RBCs is present in the human blood. After that, these RBCs are destroyed or called out in the liver and spleen. Particularly the Cooper cells, means after the completion of lifespan of the RBCs, where the RBCs are these are eliminated. These are eliminated through or with the help of liver and spleen, with the help of Cooper's cells present in the liver. Means with the help of Cooper's cells in the liver, the RBCs, with the worn out RBCs or the dead RBCs are eliminated from the blood. How or where the RBCs are produced in the body? The RBCs are produced in the adult human beings. The RBCs are produced in the red bone marrow, and firstly that RBCs are produced in the liver and spleen in the fetus. after, just before, just after the birth, the RBCs are produced in that fetus in the liver and spleen, and in the other stage that RBCs are produced in the red bone marrow, which is present in the long and flat bones in the human body. Where that RBCs are produced, the process of formation of RBCs, means formation of RBCs is takes place in the red bone marrow. That process is known as erythropoiesis. Means erythropoiesis is nothing but the formation of RBCs. The formation of RBCs is known as erythropoiesis. And that erythropoiesis takes place in the red bone marrow of the long and flat bones in the human skeleton. Then polycythemia. Polycythemia means increase. Polycythemia means increase in number of RBCs than its normal range. See, polycythemia means the increase in the number of RBCs than its normal range. The normal range of the RBCs in the adult human, we have already said that the normal count of RBCs in the adult human male is 5.1 to 5.8 millions, and in adult human female the RBC, the number of RBCs is 4.3 to 5.2 millions. Erythrocytopenia. Erythrocytopenia means the decrease in number of RBCs than its normal range, or normal range of count, normal count. Cytopenia means the decrease in the number of RBCs than its normal range or normal